said I would build a 24-foot woman built within the confines of an abandoned farmhouse. This is looking into the kitchen window from the house. And yeah, so her feet are, you know, that big. So, and then this is the upstairs foyer. This is the upstairs, you know, you enter the stairs, and so half of her body is in the children's room, the other half is in the foyer. And then behind her is this oil drawing of a wolf, which was an oil drawing I found while I was working on site. It was a little children's reader, and it was the Three Little Pigs. And I thought that was just an unbelievably menacing-looking, terrifying wolf to find in the middle of this project. And I wanted to include it because with this project I wanted to talk about the monumental work that these early prairie farm women did, and and how these women were never properly, or to my feeling, properly identified for their labor and their courage. And I imagine that they always felt like they had wolves at their back. Luckily, the house, for the most part, was reasonably safe to work in, as it had a tin roof. So, and this kind of just shows the scale of the project. So that's another view of the doll, or the Marysburg woman. So after I did that project, I started working on a project called Downtime. And Downtime, well, all of you guys will remember mad cow disease and what happened to the cattle industry, and the Swiffer sweeper was all the rage, and you know, disposable products galore everywhere, and reality television. So all good sculptures start with an armature, and for my armature I decided to use an actual cow skeleton. And then this is the cows in the gallery. So I painted them with a white auto body paint that was very shiny, because I wanted the reflection of the television to reflect onto the cows, and I wanted them to each have their own flat screen TV, their own remote control, and their own little space of carpet. So after I did that, I applied for artist in residency position in the town of Redvers. This is what I ended up making while I was there, but this is what the place looked like when I found it. So I knew that I was going to remove the back wall, and I also knew that the roof was in terrible shape. So I recycled as many shingles as I could, and then I re-shingled the roof. The house was left in the late 60s. All of the paint colors that I chose in the house were, you know, remnants from what you could see on the wall.
You did all that?
And I did all of that, yeah. One woman in particular must have really loved decorating her little house, because there was layers and layers of a very unique wallpaper and paint colors. So I restored it as good as I could. And then when I documented it, I opened it June 9th, and we got a rainbow. So this is called Field Doll, and right now, or in this picture, she's located outside the National Gallery. So what this doll does is wherever it shows, I show it in an outside location that's chosen by me and the curator, and then afterwards I show it inside the gallery space with corresponding photographic images of all the different places that this doll has traveled. So she's about 16 feet long. Her head kind of comes up to here. So plastic head, cloth body. This gives you a good idea of the scale. This was the doll I had kind of modeled it after. That's it in one of the galleries. So, a lot of my inspiration does come from driving in the country. I use farming oftentimes in my to kind of talk about nostalgia and placelessness, because the change in farming has created a lot of well, a mass generation that grew up on farms that'll never live on a farm again. My parents decided to quit farming in '97, and so that kind of affected like the nature of my practice later on, because I was going through that whole idea of losing home and losing it permanently. Like I'll never be able to go back to, you know, all these little intimate places that I knew as a kid.